Hello everybody, I'm a German native speaker and I'm gonna show you how to pronounce the German letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, Ä, Ö, Ü. The last three ones are also called German Umlaute. And finally, the letter SZ, also called scharfes S. So, when you look at German words, do you know which letters are pronounced differently than in English? First of all, there's the letter A, which can be pronounced in many different ways in English, like for instance A, but in German we only have one way to pronounce it, either in the short version like in up, or in the long version like in far. Then there's the letter E. Same is true for the letter E. You guys have many different ways to pronounce it, for example like E, but we only pronounce it in one way, either in the short version like in 10, or in the long version where there is no equivalent for it, which is why I made this line there. The long version would sound like E. Then there's the letter G. G can be pronounced in many different ways in English. In German we only pronounce it like in go. The letter E, we only pronounce it like in it or in easy as the stretched version. Then the letter J, we only pronounce it like in yes. Then there is the letter R. Whenever you see a German word with that letter in it, you can be sure that this letter is always pronounced differently than in English, because we use a sound for this letter that you guys don't have in the English language. But that's no problem, because I created an extra video to help you practice its pronunciation, so feel free to check that out. Then there's the letter S. We pronounce that letter like you guys pronounce the Z in zoo. Then there's the letter U. We pronounce it always like in you. Then there is the letter V. We pronounce it almost always like in for, like F, and just sometimes, just like you guys, like in vessel. The letter V, we always pronounce like you guys pronounce the V in vessel. The letter Y is pronounced like the German umlaut Ü. And because this sound has no equivalent in English, I made this line here. But I also created a video for you guys to practice this sound, so feel free to check that out too. Then we have the letter Z. Z we pronounce like in bits. Then we have the German umlaut Ä. We pronounce that umlaut like in mad. Then we have the German umlaut Ö. We pronounce that umlaut in the short version like you guys do in flirt. And in the long stretched version, I guess there is no equivalent in English. That's why I also put a line here. Then, of course, the German umlaut Ü. And as I said before, there is no English equivalent for it, but I created a video for you guys to practice that sound. Then there is the letter SZ, also called scharfes S. This letter is always pronounced like a double S. But we have some more rules. For instance, you learned that this letter is pronounced like Ä and this letter is pronounced like U. So you might think, okay, this is pronounced like E and this like U. This must be pronounced together like E. But in this case it's wrong, it's pronounced like Oi in boy. Same is true for this letter combination. You learned that this letter is pronounced like an E, and this letter is pronounced like an U. But it's not pronounced together like EU, but together we also pronounce it like Oi in boy. Then there is this combination about E and E, but we don't pronounce like E, but like I and ice. This letter combination we don't pronounce like IE or IE, but only like a long stretched E. So the letter combination CH we pronounce at the beginning of the word, which is why I wrote BW. We pronounce it like you guys in can, but in the middle of the word, which is why I wrote MW, we pronounce it quite like in huge, but not exactly like in huge. Because the matter of fact is we also have a special sound for this, which you guys don't have in your language, and which is why I also created a video for you to help you practice this German sound as well. So feel free to check that out too. And then we have the letter combination SCH. We pronounce this combination like you guys pronounce the sh in shy. And then we have the letter combination of S and P or S and T. Whenever it is at the beginning of the word, we always pronounce it like in shy, like SCH. And when an SP or ST is in the middle of the word, which is why I wrote MW, we also don't pronounce it like in zoo, but we pronounce it like in kiss. And whenever there is an SR, we also don't pronounce it like in zoo, but like in kiss. And for SK it doesn't matter if it's at the beginning of the word or in the middle of the word. And finally the S, which is at the end of the word, which is why I wrote an EW, and the S, which is at the end of a syllable, which is why I wrote an ES. This S is also not pronounced like in zoo, but as well like the other ones, like kiss. So are there any rules on how to know when a vowel like A, E, I, O, U or an umlaut like Ä, Ö, Ü is pronounced long or short? Yes, there are. Always short are the vowels and umlaute before CK, CH, SCH, pronounced like K, H and Sh, or before double consonants like SS, LL, TT. And vowels and umlaute are always long before an H, or before double vowels like AA, EE, and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, for every other case there is no rule. Now, for all of you who want to practice the pronunciation rules that you have learned so far, I created a specific training video. But before you watch it, make sure to watch my videos about the pronunciation of the German R, the German CH, and the umlaut Ü, because by doing that you will profit more from the training video later on. But anyway, I hope my video is a help for you to learn your German. Therefore, I wish you viel Glück, viel Spaß und Tschüss.